What are we gonna play tonight? Am I going to introduce you to Ark, or are we gonna play?
Oh, I did get it downloaded. It's there.
The other question is, do you have any good-looking clothes in Ark? Because in real life, that is one stylish jacket.
Hey-o.
I do have some chitin pants that I made. Have you been on at all since last night?
Not since last night.
So I guess I can just talk about it in what I've been playing. Although I want to keep it till 5 minutes, not like Josh. Hey, YouTube.
Well, the thing is, if you pick one to talk about extensively and just mention the others, that's not that difficult to do.
I can't do it.
Or if you only play one game during a week,
makes it a lot easier. Also,
yeah.
All right.
It also makes it boring if you are regularly the host of a video game podcast and you only play one video game.
It's true.
Although it happens.
This was a strange week for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're also not a regular member.
Yeah? Oh. Now we're just more regular and stuff. I used to be beloved.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I just realized I forgot Andy's word of the week. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
You forgot it?
And you're on YouTube, too, so.
Hold on. Well, I caught it here. Let's see. Where's the next one? There it is. Here we go. Adding real quick. Hey, YouTube. We got a couple of you here. We're just about to get going. This seems like it'd actually be fairly easy, but I don't know.
All right, so people are messaging me about things that are going on Raw. So,
oh no, Evan's missing out on.
I gotta tell people I'm on delay.
Don't spoil it.
I'm behind, you goofballs.
Where are you right now? At home.
I'm behind because I'm hanging out with you guys, so I'm behind on.
I thought you meant like a time zone.
Well, see, yesterday was WrestleMania, which was lovely. But WrestleMania is the season finale, so the wrestling season premiere is the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania.
It's literally one day later.
Yeah, so
it's the Talking Dead, basically.
No, it's not the Talking Dead. So they
episode 1.
They pay off these year-long feuds at WrestleMania, and then the next day they introduce new characters. So there's already been 2 debuts, and I'm only like 25 minutes into the 3-hour show.
Ronda Rousey, are you excited about her being there?
Well, I was not that excited about Ronda Rousey. Everybody's like, oh, we'll see how she does. Her match at WrestleMania was great. It was the best match of the show.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't all her that made it great. There was a lot of things going on.
Sure.
But her performance was flawless.
Cool.
She's got a long way to go on the microphone, dealing with the crowd, timing for television. She's got some things she's going to go. But last night, with a match with a lot going on, she was flawless and perfect, and it was so much fun.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear. All right, we ready to go with Audacity?
Sure.
Evan's WWE Minute.
Sure.
Yes.
YouTube exclusive. Yeah. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 164 of the South Dakota Gamer Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chad Viss, joining, as always, the man in the bomber jacket himself, Dave Mann.
Never tell me the odds, Chad, and never tell me that this is a bomber jacket.
What would you call it? What would you call it?
This isn't a bomber jacket.
Okay, what would you call it?
It's a leather jacket.
Okay, in the leather jacket. The Han Solo lookalike, Dave Mann. Who we will not tell the odds to.
No, never.
All right. Also joining us this week, special guest for the second week in a row, host extraordinaire, Mr. Evan Steele.
The generally accepted biggest wrestling fan on the podcast.
100% true.
Absolutely.
100% accurate. He is missing
Chad's the second.
a distant second. Missing some Monday Night Raw to host with us, and we appreciate that immensely, Evan.
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice. This is a big night. of Monday Night Raw. It's basically the season premiere.
Well, so for all those of you that don't know what wrestling is on TV, let me break it down for you.
Okay.
It's a bunch of guys that get together in a ring and they fight each other and they hit each other with chairs and they yell at each other. Sometimes the president of the United States gets involved. Sometimes all kinds of people from different celebrities and different genres come, and they all beat each other up. They do things that should kill each other. Somehow they all manage through, I'm assuming, their rigorous physical training that they go through to basically give them the stamina and the fortitude to actually live through these horrific ordeals that would kill normal men like you or I. Normal men like you or I.
Right, right.
But they live. It is not fake. Nope. It is absolutely 100% real and unscripted.
You just described an awesome piece of entertainment. You described, it's like, how could you miss that? How could you go through your life and miss out on that?
You act like you don't know wrestling, but it sounds like you know wrestling.
What wrestling really is it's 3 hours of live theater every week. They're doing this live. It's action and acting and all sorts of lovely things jammed, and it's live. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Maybe we need to start a wrestling podcast, a wrestling section on this podcast. How many listeners would we gain?
Maybe we need to have a YouTube exclusive actual wrestling match.
I can provide that, but the real question is, would it have to be limited to the South Dakota area?
Yeah, of course. That's why it's titled
Evan, of course, will reprise and don his Nacho Libre costume.
Yes.
It's great. It's a good one.
He will be Nacho Libre. I, of course, will be The Rock.
Of course.
Chad will be Andre the Giant.
All right. A dead man. Great. Get the corn out of my face.
Hey, man, Andre, man.
So are you guys excited about the Andre documentary coming out, I think, tomorrow?
See? Chad, you didn't even know. That's why I mentioned
that. Is going to take over the world. HBO documentary of Andre.
Is it going to talk about his role in Princess Bride at all?
That's going to be a big portion of it.
Cool. I would watch that. You
will watch it because it will take. Cool. If anybody's interested in sports, we'll be watching it because it's cool.
All right, there you go. All right, well, let's get into this podcast. Welcome as always. Thanks for listening and watching. Just a couple things real quick before we get started. Patreon. We are on patreon.com/South Dakota Gamer. You can head over there to donate some money, help us continue to put this podcast on the air. Going to mention one real quick more time that we have that $1 a month entry gets you some stuff.
One real quick. More time.
Yeah. One more time real quick. I got this for you. Ready Player One, a poster I got at the movie theater, has the Iron Giant on there. If you have not seen Ready Player One and you like video games and some 80s stuff, I recommend seeing that movie. It was really good and a lot of fun. $1 a month gets you entry into the contest where you can win that. You also get this Baron Fig notebook, hardcover. Josh is going to sign some of those pages for you, he says. So that's in there. We also have some Thor comic books, recent ones. We also have Star Wars comic volume #1, trade paperback for you. We also have the Switch carrying case. It's got zippers, cases, and cases. It's so good. I want this. It's great. And we also have a little Bastion figure that you can sit on your wherever you want. You can put it in your car. You can put it on your shelf, like back here, for instance, or you can put it on your desk, whatever you'd like. Little Bastion. So those are the things that are in the giveaway box. $1 a month on Patreon gets you an entry every month into that. We are giving that away in June. So April, May, June. You have 3 more months to get in. 3 entries. Everyone that's been giving at least $1 for this year has an entry for each month. So that means they have January, February, March, and now April. So they each have 4 entries. That'll be given away in June. We will continue to add things to it up to that month. So this is not everything in its entirety. We will continue to add to that. So for $1 a month, get you into that.
Now, do you have to live in South Dakota to be able to enter?
Obviously, because this is the South Dakota Gamer Podcast, after all, and anything outside the borders of South Dakota negates everything.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's not true. You can get it anywhere within the 50. Well, I'll say 48 because it may cost more to get it to Alaska or Hawaii, but 48 states, continental U.S. I'll send it to you. No charge to you other than the $1 that you donate.
Come on, Chad. Seriously, we've got to get Alaska and Hawaii in on this.
All right, fair enough.
Not fair.
You'll help. You'll help pay shipping, right, Dave?
Yeah, man. With my share of the Patreon
donations. Fair enough. All right, well, let's get into this podcast. What we play, brought to us by Evan Steele, co-host Evan Steele, and his Twitch channel himself. Gently accepted. Did you get to play anything this week on Twitch, Evan?
I played Ark. I don't know that I ever was broadcasting.
I think you were.
It might have been broadcasting once. Surveillance was broadcasting for a while. Bagel Dogs was broadcasting. I'm not sure what was broadcast on my channel. It might have been one day.
It was me.
It was me. You're right. That was me. Yeah, this has been, just a little insight. This is a crazy time of year for me work-wise. So, video game-wise, this was a little bit of a tough week.
Well, tell me about the ones that you were able to play between all the nose to the grindstone work you've been doing.
Basically, just Ark. My gamer friends are in Ark right now, and we are having an awesome time. Actually spent some time with Bagel Dogs, and
who's that?
The two of us got on a raft. We went to the swamp, and we were going to mess with some beavers. We just said, beavers, we want your stuff.
Okay.
We took out the beavers, no problem. We took all their stuff. And then there was one last beaver dam that we said, we can't leave without that. I mean, we got too much stuff, but we can't leave without that last.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify how this was happening. First of all, Evan says, "Let's go on a journey." So we go out there, searching these beaver dams. We get there, and Evan, of course, is steering the raft, and he says, "Okay, see if you can just stand on the edge of the raft and access this dam." I'm like, "No, I gotta get in the water." I said, "Are you sure that you can ever access some of these from on the raft?" He's like, "Yeah, just go to the edge." I'm like, "No, I can't." So I have to jump in the water, and as soon as I do, piranhas come to try to eat me. So I have to keep jumping up onto the land, and then there's these trees in the swamp that the roots go out trying to get to the water and everything, and I keep getting stuck in the roots, and I'm trying to jump into the raft. Evan's trying to turn us out, and every time he turns, the roots keep glitching through the raft, and they knock me off into the water, and the piranhas keep eating me. So in this process of getting like the 3 beaver dams that we got, I think I died twice. I think Evan died once. We got back, and then we were going to the last one. And once again, Evan was like, "Do you think you can do this?" And I'm like, "How about you? How about you get this one?"
But there was a moment where we were fat and happy. We had lots of stuff. We could have just left.
And we were 2 big chests that we put on our boat, and we filled them full of stuff.
One more we got to go get.
He sees that.
That's when this dinosaur that I've never seen before, nor have I ever seen since, decided to, I don't know, debilitate us with some sort of spit, or I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden neither of us could move, and he was mad at us, and there was also a snake on our raft, and
there were 3 creatures.
I got eaten. I was dead.
An alligator came up, and somehow he knocked me off, and the piranhas killed me again.
So I grabbed the raft, and I'm heading back to him.
I randomly spawned, and I'm watching Evan try to come to me, and there's a snake on top of our raft, a giant anaconda, like coiled around Evan's character. the alligator is still stuck on, and here comes this giant, like looked like a T-Rex, but it wasn't. Walking on 2 legs, charging into the water right at Evan, and I'm like, I don't think you're gonna make it, man. I don't think you're gonna make it.
But the end of this story is I'm on a raft coming back to that spot, and Bagels is trying to get out of there. And he's like, I made it. I made it. And I'm like, where's our stuff? And all the boxes and the bed and all this stuff we had on the raft that was full of goodies has been destroyed by the dinosaurs. So we got nothing.
We lost everything. See, that's the part. Yeah, that's the part. At the end, Evan got killed. I managed to get onto the raft and get it out of there. And I was almost like, I could imagine from Evan's point of view, like just seeing the raft come out of a huge cloud of smoke with me on it. And just nothing. Like I'm bleeding.
But like it was this great moment. We hadn't realized we'd lost all this stuff. We were like, yes, we made it. We did
got
it.
Out. He said, wait, where are the boxes? I was like, oh, they're gone.
Oh man.
But this game, if you're interested in this type of a game, the survival game, it's not about high scores. It's not about chicken dinners or victory royales. It's about these little stories that happen. And that night, we left with nothing. We got nothing good, but we have this great story. We had a lot of fun. So that's what this type of a game is all about.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that may be something you have to. I downloaded it last week. It took a bazillion hours to download everything that was there, but I've got it now. So I can join your world with the only underweared man with nothing to hit things with.
You see them.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan found a skin called the birthday suit that he's been wearing around, and all it is a blurred sensor spot over his character.
It's like The Sims. That's great. I love it. All right, well, that sounds like fun. Dave, what have you been up to besides the Ark?
Well, I have another story.
Okay.
It's not a grand story, but this is the kind of game also for me where I can easily like lose track of time and play until my eyes are drying out, like there's no more fluid. And it's like I gotta go to bed. But last night, Jordan was on there for a little bit with me, Evan's brother, and
2%.
We played, 2% on PlayStation Network. So he was helping me get some. I was trying to like reconfigure our house and turn it into stone, and I respaced things around to make it more suitable for us. I got a bunch of metal. I made a bunch of picks, metal tools for us and everything. I leveled my character all the way up until 40 something, I think 45. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, there was Jordan was bringing me a bunch of stone. What do you need? What do you need? And I'm building stuff. I'm like, give me more stone and more wood. Okay. So he'll come back. I got 300 stone. I put it in the box. Okay. Awesome. Thanks. And then another time, I got a bunch of wood. I'll put it in here. All right. I'm building all this stuff. But one time I was like in my inventory, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go make one more run and I'm going to go to bed. So he comes back, and apparently while I was looking at something going through inventory, he had brought me like 400 wood. And he had like mined with like a stone axe, which takes a little while. And he dropped it all and he left. And then I'm doing it, and he was still there. And so I asked him, I obviously had missed a conversation. I said, are you bringing that wood back, or are you going to be done? He's like, did you not get it? I said, no, I just looked in the box and it wasn't there. He goes, I laid it at your feet. And in this game, if you drop an item on purpose, it decomposes in like a minute and a half. So like 400 wood just like rotted and decomposed around me as I was going.
He must have been so happy.
Inventory. I was like, man.
Sure you weren't asleep?
I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
You didn't fall asleep? That's how you missed that conversation?
No, I'm sure.
Not that that's ever been known to happen before.
I didn't fall asleep. But I did a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of stuff for the house and put it in there. And then I was like, I'm going to go to bed. And it was like 2 something. I'm like, I got to go to bed. And I was going to go do one thing before I went to bed. I was going to go try to get some flowers and stuff for this. We all have this disease in the game that you have to get a cure for. You have to make a cure to get rid of it. And if you have this disease, it knocks all your stats down. And so we want to get rid of this cure. So I'm like, I'm going to go try to get this cure. So I go out to the swamp where all of this stuff is that you have to find for it. I go out there. I got my weapons, my good weapons. I've got my good armor on. I take a bed out there so I can have a respawn place. I take like some boxes. I go out there and make a little place for my bed, a little house. I put the stuff in there. I go down and start getting some stuff, and I've got a crossbow. And I shot a couple things, like headshot, kill it immediately. There was a snake that came at me. I shot it in the head 3 times. Perfectly fine. Well, then at one point, this like 105 level snake sees me. And it was dark out, so it's hard to see them. All of a sudden, you hear them slithering. Sometimes they don't even make noise. You just hear them moving, and at that point, it's almost too late. Because if they bite you once, they poison you, and you'll pass out, and then they'll eat you. So you don't have a chance to get away. So as soon as I hear them, I start booking it, right? I jump up over this rock, and I fall down in this area between the rock and my house to where I'm kind of like stuck. I can't move. The snake, of course, climbs up over and is on top of me, eats me, kills me, right? Really mad. Oh, whatever. I'll just respawn. Respawn. The snake's still out there. So I can't get to my body. And he's trying to kill me because he knows I'm there. So I'm trying to hit him. Well, he ends up killing me. Huh? Then, as I'm laying, well, he makes me unconscious. Then as I'm laying there, instead of him killing me, I hear him hitting something, and I realize he's destroying the house that I had the bed on. So then he destroys the bed. He destroys me. I have to go back and find him again. When I finally got done and got I kept going back. Got to get my body. Got to get my tools. I got to get my stuff and the few things I collected. I finally went and got all that stuff collected and got back to our house, and it was like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, my word.
It was like, no, I'm not giving up. I am not. But that's what art does to me, man. It's addicting. It's survival, building. It's just, and then especially when you've got friends, you're like, my buddies are going to see this. I got to do this. I got to meet this quota. You know, I need to have this for them when they come back. And then when I come back on, they will have added to this. And then we do blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we're on all together, and it's really, really fun. So it's a snowball effect for that game. But yeah, it's fun. You need to check it out. I played some Far Cry 5 with you a little bit. Still really a good game, and also painstakingly difficult sometimes, like the planes flying down shooting us. That was really fun. I did play some Super Mario World on the Super NES Classic with my girlfriend, and I also played some Donkey Kong Country with her. Now I want to say, I told the story last week. She really likes the SNES Classic because it reminds her of the Super Nintendo she played. When I took it to her house, turned on the game, she was like humming to the music she remembered from when she was a kid. We play Super Mario a little bit. She's jumping around, doing stuff. But when she puts in Donkey Kong Country, it's like a switch flipped. She remembered everything. She knew where to go. She saw the extra life. She jumped up there and knew it was going to run out. She did this. She unlocked the rhino. She's running around, jumping, ran right to a secret entrance that you had to blow, like just by muscle memory or just instinct, remembering where to go to the secret passages and do this and do that. And I was like, well, how do you know this? She's like, I really like this game. I remember playing it. And so it was really fun. I left it there for them. I'm sure she's probably playing it right now.
Neat.
She might be watching the podcast. She asked me what it was. So she might be playing it right now. I don't know. But yeah, really cool, especially after we talked about it last week with Evan's questions. SNES Classic, cool game. And cool friend of the show wrote in possibly to find a way to put more games on that for us. Maybe we shouldn't
no, that's out there. I mean, the ability NES Classic and SNES Classic, there's a way that you can tap into it and add a bunch of other games if you'd like to. And we were contacted this week that this guy does it, that listens in, and said he would be more than happy if we want to pay for return shipping. Send it to him. He'll add them in and send it right back to us. So
that would be cool. Although I'm assuming he wasn't implying that he would pay for the shipping there. We would also have to pay for the shipping.
Right. Yeah. There. Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No charge on him.
But still, really, really nice offer, and something I'm probably gonna look into.
Yeah.
But last but not least, I did want to say a little something because Chad wanted me to. I played Roy McIlroy PGA Tour, which is a golf game for the PS4 and other systems. I played on the PS4. Now, I love games like Golf Story on the Switch. I loved playing Mario Golf when I was a kid. There was other golf games I really liked. I liked
Did you
playing
play
golf.
Any Tiger Woods golf games?
Yeah, I used to.
Okay, okay.
And perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I put in this game, and the first thing I didn't like about it is they force you through this tutorial where you play as McIlroy, and you have to finish out like his round or whatever.
Okay.
And it takes you through some tutorial things, but it's just not easy to do right off the bat. But then after you finally get through that, because the first time I tried that, I ended up stopping before I even got through that. Second time, finished it, went through the tutorials, decided to create my own character, right? Did my little attributes. Wasn't as customizable as I would have thought it would have been. Like past games, you could really customize the golfer. This game, not as much.
Okay.
So I start playing, and they want to they basically put you in different holes in a round and progress you through your career. Just overly difficult. I don't understand why these games, like they're trying to make them so realistic that you can't play them. Like I could still pick up a Madden game and beat my friend who knows way more about football than I do, just because I play games and I can still figure out, I have a general knowledge of plays and how to read them. I can still compete at that. Same with FIFA. Even though FIFA's got a lot more tricks and stuff, if you really get into it, it's easy to play and figure out. But for some reason, this golf game was so hard. I mean, especially when I got to putting, I couldn't read it right. I could never get it into the hole. It was like, the curve was always this. It was either short or it was long. Very, very frustrating. I actually put a tweet out to EA Sports, and I said the only thing more frustrating than actually playing a bad round of golf in real life is playing this game.
Wow.
And I also put in brackets like immediately deleted off of console or something like that. Like just it was a free game. Chad, or did you buy it?
I bought it. Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
And so it was on my PS4, and I thought, oh, I'll play. I like golf.
Yeah.
Oh man, it made me mad. Like it made me mad enough to where I don't need this on my PS4. I'm not going to play it.
So I have owned just about every golf game in the Tiger Woods. The Rory games are in the Tiger Woods line.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Same type of game. Yeah.
I think there was a year that it was PGA, and then it became Rory.
Right, because Tiger had his issues.
So I have owned them. Now I own them for the Wii U and the Wii because I loved that golf mechanic of swinging those. Had a lot of fun playing it with friends. But the Rory game for PS4, I haven't picked it up because it just got really bad reviews. So even when it was recently on sale, it's like, it's like kind of 6 or something. It's just
okay. They made that explains
You're not alone. When you sent that tweet, EA wasn't like, sheesh, I thought everybody liked this.
All right, well, that's too bad though. It's to play a game and be that frustrated. That's never a fun feeling. But
no. But Chad was like, didn't like the game, huh?
Well, I just saw your tweet
about it.
Because when you give it a tweet like that from Dave, usually there's a good explanation, a good story behind it, and definitely not disappointed there. So, well, I definitely
didn't like it.
Yeah, which is fine. It's I remember having a good time with all Tiger Woods games, but I haven't played one in quite some time. So maybe they just messed it up the way it sounds. If it didn't review very well, maybe that is the case. It's just not a good game. So you live, you learn. All right. Anything else, Dave?
No, that's about it for me, Chad.
All right.
So I guess that would take us to what you have been playing.
Yeah, what I play is Dave did mention we played some PUBG last week. Streamed it on Twitch so Evan and others could watch while Evan was doing some work and other people out there as well. But it was.
I forgot about that till just now, Chad.
What?
And I'm mad again.
PUBG? Why?
Yes.
Oh,
because it was streamed. There's proof on the internet. Man, Tyler, if you ever see this, man, oh my gosh,
he listens.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. Audio version. I'm still a little bit bitter, dude. Okay, I'm not. I'll still play with you, but. If that happens again, oh my word, I'll snap. Let me just tell you. So we're looting. We're in 3 different places. Tyler's definitely not a PUBG novice in any way, shape, or form. But Tyler likes to, I'm just being honest, he likes to stray just a little bit. Just a little. He likes to go out there, he likes to go out and be the lookout. He likes to go out and be the scout. And like, oh, hey man, you're a little far away. Oh, yeah, I'm just looking over. I'm just making sure nobody's coming, from this side. I'm like, okay, well, we're by ourselves, and then And so anyways, Chad starts getting shot at. Chad is in between me and Tyler. So I'm thinking, if we start now, we'll all be at the same spot to help him. Well, I get there, and Tyler has not made his way over yet. Chad gets killed right as I get there, or gets downed. Or did you get killed completely?
I think I got killed completely.
Got killed completely. It's a team of 4. Or was it 3? Was it 3 or 4? It was at least 3 people.
I don't remember, yeah.
Anyways, I come in there. I down one of them right away. I jump around. I'm getting shot at. I down another one. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure it was 4 people.
Yeah, I think it was.
I finished off one of them.
Yeah.
The third one comes in. I'm jumping around. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going to go down. Nope. Headshot him with a shotgun. He goes down. I'm like, I'm untouchable. I'm going to kill this last dude. The whole time, of course, I'm also saying, Tyler, get over here. Tyler, get over here. Tyler, get over here. He makes it in there right as the last guy is about to rush my room.
Yeah.
I'm reloading my shotgun. Chad is able to spectate. He's like, yeah, Tyler, he's right over here on the other side of this room. Tyler runs in the door, runs past that guy, comes into my room, and shoots me and kills me.
Right in the face.
And I was screaming. No! I was thinking in my mind, because then the other guy's trying to kill him. I'm like, dude,
don't
if you don't kill this dude and arrest me, I don't know what's gonna happen, because I'd probably be done tonight because I'm really mad. But he did end up killing the guy. He did res me, and we did go.
He was super apologetic.
He was.
Oh my gosh, what did I do? I'm so sorry.
And we did go to almost the end of the game. I mean, we made it pretty far.
Quite a ways.
But
that
still,
was hilarious.
Still a lot of heartbreaking losses last minute with PUBG. I haven't had a solo win. I've only had one solo win. Haven't had a solo win since. Had a couple group wins, but it's been a while.
It has been a while. It has.
Need to get, and I've been hearing some good things. Like they're adding some stuff to try to compete more with Fortnite.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing some of those changes, and I guess we're going to talk about it in a little bit.
So we will. But yeah, so we played some of that. Frustrating losses. We did all right, but never got that chicken dinner. But yeah, so we played some of that. I played some Far Cry 5. I continue with that. I played a lot of Far Cry 5. Now, the PlayStation doesn't track how many hours that you've played. Sometimes games do in games. But the Ubisoft app, if you have the Uplay app, you can track every game, how much time you put into it. And after Monday night, which is when I typically will play, my game night after the podcast is over, we played some PUBG, then I played some Far Cry. I had 8 hours of playtime in Far Cry. And then I had an early day of work where I forget exactly what happened. My wife had left with one of the kids and was gone for a long time, pretty late. And so I had a lot of time to play that day. And I crossed the 15 or 16 hour mark within a couple more days. So I've taken down 2 of the 3 sections. About halfway through taking down the 3rd section. So I'm guessing maybe 6-7 more hours I may be able to approach I would assume 6 or 7 more hours I may actually finish the game. So that put me in the high 20-hour mark if I just kind of beeline and try to just main storyline it. I'm continuing to have fun. When I play it, it's all I want to do. I just want to go back and play it. When I'm not playing, I'm like, man, I just want to go back into that world and have fun and run around, set things on fire, and upgrade my guns and have a good time. So I'm really enjoying the game. I'm also trying to get it done before next week when God of War comes out, because I've watched a couple more trailers of God of War, and the PlayStation's blog released a new trailer today where a couple of guys, Corey Barlog, director of the game, and then a couple of the designers were talking about like the upgrades you can do, the clothing you can wear, how you can change your shield, how you can get attributes and stuff to your axe. And man, this game, it looks really good. And I think once it comes out, that's all I'm going to want to play. So I would like to finish the story of Far Cry before that happens a week from tonight. So I've been pushing hard on that. And then our discussion that, as Dave mentioned, that Evan brought up last week with the SNES Classic and the Switch caused me to bring that out again, turned it on, and I played some Super Mario Kart with my daughter, which, man, that was fun. That's it's different. Like it's, you remember playing, at least I do as a kid, and that was just, I played so many hours of that game. I remember the tracks, you remember the balloon fights, we were fighting against each other. And you just, same thing with your girlfriend playing Donkey Kong, it's just stuff you remember, and it just pops right back into your head. And where to drift, where to hit, where the secret little shortcuts are. And we played that, and that was a lot of fun. I also did play some Super Mario World because that's just a fantastic game all the time. And what else did I play? I played some Super Punch Out, and there's one other one I played.
Legend of Zelda? Super Metroid?
No, I can't remember what it was.
Final Fantasy?
No, because I didn't play anything that I knew I was going to spend a lot of time with. Okay, we could just go through all 30 games. I don't remember, but I played something else for a short amount of time. And then I played some Mario Kart on the Switch, Super Mario Kart 8, which is just great as well. Played some Mario Odyssey, which is just fantastic. So played a lot of Mario Nintendo stuff, and I had a great time with it. So I plan to finish Far Cry this week, so hopefully I can talk about that next week. Maybe we can do a spoiler cast here coming up soon. So there we go. God of War comes out next week. I look forward to talking about that as well.
Nice.
Chad. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have for what we play this week, which is going to bring us to our new releases brought to us by Papa Andy.
Papa Andy.
Word of the week. So, word of the week, xenealogy, guys. What is xenealogy?
Is it pronounced xenealogy?
Xenealogy, yeah. That's what the breakdown phonetically has here. It's XENOLOGY.
This is another easy word. Of course, this relates to the study or the fandom, anything related to basically a certain warrior princess. So, xenealogy.
I like it.
Andy, just step your game up. This one's too easy.
Evan, I really like you.
You do?
I'm hoping maybe we can edit this, Chad. I don't want him to be embarrassed. It is easy. It is easy. But this is not the study of Xena, the warrior princess. Although I'm sure there are many studies about her that you can find online with other guys that have podcasts, probably all over the place. Or not podcasts, but whatever. I guess it was a podcast back then. Books, videos. I don't know. Book clubs. I don't know. Anyways, this is the study of the aliens from Ridley Scott's movies. Alien.
Oh.
The xenomorphs. The study of xenomorphs.
Dave?
Xenealogy.
Dave, I'm going to count it. I'm going to say you're right. It is the scientific study of alien biology and cultures.
Hey. Hey.
You did it.
Was Xena an alien?
Yeah, I
possible.
mean, xenomorph.
It is possible.
I know she was a warrior princess, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Superman was an alien, so
that's true.
Yeah. Oh, I was right too.
I guess
he just declares I was right too.
That's right.
Move along. All right, Dave. So give us the new releases, and we're missing a letter. There we go. The new releases for this week, if you would.
All right, coming out on April 10th for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One is Extinction. Now, let me say, guys, the write-up on this is quite lengthy, so bear with me. But I did want to read the title of this description because it is pretty interesting. It says, Extinction is a game about chopping the heads off of 150-foot-tall ogres.
I think that's all we need to know.
Just want to leave it like that. Leave it at that.
I think that's good.
The giant slaying action game is the new project from Killer Instinct dev Iron Galaxy. So it is interesting to see a developer known for its fighting game.
Yeah, Iron Galaxy
to give us a game like this.
Yeah, very cool.
So they released a cinematic trailer that you can go watch right now. So yeah, check it out. I'm not going to tell a whole bunch about this because it's I think that's the headline's a good one, and all you really need to know if you're interested. Well, you heard it from Chad here first. That's all you need to know about Extinction. Moving on. PS4, Xbox One on April 10th is Owlboy. Now, Owlboy is out on the Switch already, and I'm hearing great things about it. I haven't bought it yet, only because my Switch has been with my girlfriend's boys for like the last several weeks. I need to get it back. But yeah, Owlboy looks very fun. Owlboy is a platform adventure video game created by independent developer D-Pad Studio. The game is notable for its long development cycle, which began in 2007 and was released in November 2016. all information I didn't really need to read. Let me tell you about the plot. Owlboy is set in the land of the sky. The islands of the world below have been separated by a catastrophic event, and the player controls a boy named Otis, who is a member of an owl-human hybrid race called the Owls. Pretty original.
I think it have a different name if it's a hybrid race.
Yeah, because
owls.
What about the regular owls? What's their race called?
What are they called?
Birds,
owls.
I guess. No, they're just birds, but they're
Capital
type.
O.
When Otis's village is attacked by a band of pirates, he sets out on a journey to save it from them. So not only did they attack it,
they took it.
They took it. Or, I mean, because I would think if you're going to save something from an attack, you're going to stop the attack. But if they've already attacked it, then I'm thinking that they took it. I mean, I'm just going by what's read here. What's written.
So, in all seriousness, Owlboy is a beautiful artistic callback to the games you would play on the SNES or Genesis. That art style. The guy took like 10 years to develop it. I think he started in 2007 and it didn't come out until the end of 16 for computer, maybe 17. So it was about 10 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you're into this sort of like artistic game, you haven't played it on computer, get it, play it. It sounds weird, but it's just good.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good reviews about it, and it has been known to be a love story to all of those Super Mario Brothers 3, Kid Icarus series.
That all sounds great.
Yeah, games like that, really good. Check it out. That's Owlboy coming to PS4 and Xbox One April 10th. Also on April 10th for the PS4, 30 days early, is Call of Duty World War II: The War Machine DLC. The War Machine, tensions escalate in a downloadable content pack that's the second one, I'm assuming, for Call of Duty World War II: The War Machine. Join the Allies and stop the powerful Axis advance in 3 new multiplayer maps that illustrate the might and global reach of the Nazi war machine. Strike back and take part in the Allied invasion of Sicily in Operation Husky, the all-new objective-based war mode mission. Plus, experience the latest Nazi Zombies chapter, The Shadowed Throne. So, of course, we all know what Call of Duty World War II is. So, if you love, sounds like a great little DLC pack here. Check it out. That's April 10th. Early on the PS4 by 30 days. Also on April 10th for the PC, PS4, and Switch is Super Daryl Deluxe.
Now, what is this? What is this? Because a quick Wikipedia search results in no. It says it does not exist.
Yeah,
no hits on Wikipedia.
Very little information other than it's releasing April 10th, 2008. But let me tell you what they have to say about this game.
Say 2008?
Did I say 2018? Sorry.
18. Maybe.
Yeah, 2008. No, that's too long ago. Super Daryl Deluxe is an RPG-vania, which I don't know if I've ever heard of.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
With brawler-style combat set inside a perfectly normal, sprawling, multi-dimensional high school. Like any other perfectly normal school, its students and faculty are going missing, and the classrooms have been locked down for weeks. Now, is this normal in every other school?
Seems like not a great way to describe that.
I found it on Google. There's a review here that gives it a poor rating.
Oh no!
The art, like the stills, look.
It does look. Cool. Yeah, it does look cool. Things are bound to get stirred up when an enthusiastic, bizarrely dressed new kid wanders into town. This go-getter's name is Daryl, and he just wants to make friends. He's got a bow and arrow, and he also wears a biker jacket and kills zombies. No, I'm just kidding. Not Daryl from The Walking Dead. What starts out as an innocent effort to help jumpstart a young contraband textbook business turns into a harrowing quest through the school and its enormous monster-filled classrooms in the hope of becoming the most popular kid in town. Oh, and saving everyone else's lives is top priority, of course. The person who wrote this had a lot of fun, let me say. A lot of sarcasm in here. Just the write-up makes me interested in seeing what the actual game is about. But the screenshots and everything look interesting. The art style is cool.
Very strange.
Yeah, whereas a game like Cuphead, for example, looks very much like the old Steamboat Willie type cartoons and stuff from Disney. This looks more kind of like a cross of like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy type artwork.
It reminds me of Adult Swim, that type of thing.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's one of those games. It looks like a side scroller, or
it's a
maybe
beat 'em up. Yeah, no, it's a side scroller like beat 'em up.
Yeah,
and the character reminds me of like Napoleon Dynamite look to him.
Yeah, well, that's Super Darrow Deluxe. You can check it out for yourself if you haven't been able to get a great description from us here on the PC, PS4, and Switch on April 10th. Then on April 11th, coming to the PC, Xbox One, and Switch is Bomb Slinger. Now, have you guys heard about Bomb Slinger?
No.
Waiting on you, man.
All right. Tell me about Bomb Slinger.
Here's what it says about this game. Visit the Bomb Slinger website here, and then there's a link.
Awesome.
Wear the poncho of the Bomb Slinger, a former ruthless bandit turned rape,
it looks
as he sets out on a journey to avenge the brutal murder of his wife. Bomb your way through hordes of enemies, defeat your former posse, and get to the final showdown with its leader, the Gunslinger. It's
a Bomberman clone. It's a top-down, like you're putting bombs down and they're going through lanes.
Yep. Like a western skin on Bomberman.
Yes, yeah, that is exactly what it looks like. But it does have some screenshots where it shows you inside of a house, like dealing with a merchant buying items. Looks like there's an image here of him buying like a battery power up. There's like an atomic bomb, some type of item, maybe a costume you can wear. So there's some other scenes and stuff in there, but yeah, definitely has a very Bomberman look.
Yep.
So that's Bomb Slinger. You'll be able to get that on April 11th for the PC, Xbox One, and Switch. And last but not least, on April 11th, the game that is already out on the PS4, we've talked about it a lot, Xbox One, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So I'm not really going to talk about this a lot because we've discussed it recently in the what we've been playing section of our podcast.
Heard of that?
Yeah, really good game.
Great game.
One of those. What's the genre? It's like a not psychotic. What's the word I'm looking for? Messes with your mind.
Yeah,
like
psychological.
Yeah. Like a psychological thriller type, like game or suspense. It's not a horror game per se. But it definitely has. Whereas, what's the game where you painted layered fears? Or something like that.
Layers of Fear.
Yeah, that was a horror game, but it messed with your mind a lot more than it gave you jump scares.
Right.
This game it plays a lot, kind of like well, not a lot, but it plays sort of like it reminded me of Horizon Zero Dawn, except it's not open world; it's very linear. But it's a girl in this very primitive setting, like a Stone Age looking something like that, and you start off and you're basically going to deal with these demons, right? Are they considered demons?
Well, yeah, it's in Norse mythology. So you got Surtur, like you just have in Thor Ragnarok. You have Surtur as one of the guys you fight. But yeah, it's a Norse mythology type game, and the sound design is excellent in this game. It looks great too. Like the facial animations on the main character Senua is fantastic. But you definitely want to play with headphones because there's a lot of directional voices. She has some mental issues. There's some mental health doctor they had on staff, and she hears voices of herself in her head and other voices, and it's directional. So using headphones enhances the experience, and it's a fantastic game. You know me, if you listen to the podcast long enough, you know I'm not a big horror game guy. I love this game. It was fantastic, and I recommend it. So you're able to play that on the Xbox One now. It was PS4 before that, and PC, I believe, as well, but Xbox One as well now. So that's good.
April 11th. Those are the games you'll be able to play this week.
Thank you, Dave. Let's move right along into the news that you can't use because it's mine and I'm not sharing.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I just read whatever is written on the outline, and that's what it is. That's what it says. So, I guess I'll share. I'll share anyway. So here we go.
If you so choose
to do so.
Thank you. Not brought to us by anybody but ourselves. So first off, the big news item, super exciting. We finally got the release date for the Spider-Man game September 7th.
Well, at least we know what we'll be doing that day.
Is it still not officially titled yet?
It's just called Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It is for sure Spider-Man.
Just
because I thought we confirmed that at like E3 or something.
Yeah,
earlier.
I think they did. Yeah, I don't think there was never a subtitle possibly.
Well, for a
coming.
while, it was just all they showed was hashtag Spider-Man PS4.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
Sure.
Couldn't remember if when we got that release window.
Yeah. The 2018 window. But so it's September 7th, a week before the next Tomb Raider game, a month before Red Dead Redemption. There's a lot. I would say this might be the beginning of the big season for games there starting in September 7th. If you're interested in seeing a lot of trailers and info on this, head over to GameInformer.com. They got the cover reveal for the May cover, and they got a whole big write-up in the story. They got the exclusive on it. And Alex Ross, if you're a comic book fan, Alex Ross did the cover art for the Game Informer issue, which he's got amazing art. If you want to see some cool superhero art, look up Alex Ross superhero. He just does fantastic, realistic-looking art, and it looks great. This game is going to be really cool. There's crafting. There's different costumes you can wear. Made by Insomniac, so it's got the movement and the momentum. Listen to Game Informer's podcast here this last week. They talked about playing it, and it sounds pretty amazing. So September 7th, definitely going to be getting that game. Looking forward to play that. Any thoughts on Spider-Man?
I'm excited. Looks really good.
We're glad to know when it's coming.
Yep, absolutely.
Now we know what we'll be doing. That's all I can say.
Yes, we will. All right, something else coming out for a game that is already out, PUBG, and Dave alluded to this earlier when he was talking about it. PUBG, the director, I think, of the game on the Xbox, tweeted this past week a couple different things. First of all, he said that the map, the Miramar map, which is the desert map, which has been on the PC for quite some time, a couple months now, has said it's coming along nicely for the Xbox One. And then we had not GDC, we had PAX East here this past weekend. And while that went on, he announced it is coming in May. So Xbox One owners will be able to play the Miramar map coming here in just 1 month from now, May, to play a new map, which is exciting. I know it's not as well liked as the original map. There's a lot of different wide open spaces, and the PC community isn't necessarily a huge fan of that over the first one, but it'll be nice to play something new again.
Yeah, the story goes, people begged and begged for another map, and now when they get that map, they just jump out of it. Yeah. So they're like, oh, I don't want to play this map, and they just leave the game. Yeah.
So I look forward to it on Xbox, just to have a new environment to play. And also another thing, it happened last week, I didn't mention it, but they released on the test server the Savage map is what they're codenaming it. It's like a jungle type map, and it's half the size of the original map. So the original map is an 8x8, 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers. This one's a 4x4. And it's designed to intensify the matches, move them along quicker, more conflict more often, not so much, sit and wait, but you're kind of forced to fight a little bit quicker. Some people are saying it's a response to the Fortnite popularity, which I'm sure that may have some to do with it. They want you to play their game as well. But that is in the test server right now. I'm sure that'll be coming to the regular game not too long from there. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing Miramar and eventually getting the smaller map on the Xbox One as well.
Yeah.
Good time.
PUBG. Still love it. Still a great game.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it every time I play. I have a good time, even when it's not ending success.
Even when I get shot in the face by team.
All right, another game coming out in September. If you're a big fan of Purple Dragons, Spyro the Reigniter trilogy is coming to Xbox One, PS4, September 21st. It's going to have the original trilogy of Spyro games remastered for the current gen consoles. Either of you guys do the Spyro the Dragon?
No, it wasn't my thing. A friend that I used to play a lot of video games with, I remember when the first Spyro, he had it for PlayStation or Sega Saturn or something.
Yeah, PlayStation, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But that's it. That really is it. It never was my thing, and I never was a Skylanders guy afterwards.
Right. That's where my experience is with Skylanders. My kids got into that, and we had the Spyro Skylander, and I knew that he came from his own game. But I had not played those either, but it's a good mascot, platformer, kind of like Banjo type stuff, Crash Bandicoot. So if you're a Spyro fan, that's coming out September 21st. You can play it. Another thing coming out that already is out again, Firewatch, really good game. We talked about that a couple years ago, is coming to Switch. This year, I believe, is all the dates that we've got. Great game, fantastic looking, walking quote unquote simulator, but a lot of fun. Good story game.
The Switch really is a perfect home for games like this. I probably will buy it again just because it is a really great game, and I didn't do everything I could do in the first one.
Sure.
And it is a good story, and it's having the Switch and being able to lay back in a hotel room bed or in the back of a car or whatever seat you're sitting in the car, as long as you're not driving, I guess. It's just really easy to play that and to sit back when sometimes games, we play games to escape reality, or we play games to just relax, or we play games just because we love playing games. Sometimes this is a different type of game where you can just kind of calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I played this game, I just enjoyed being in it, enjoyed being told a story basically as I play it, and walking around and everything. And it was cool. I mean, there are some games, for example, like Gone Home, which I really liked. I wanted to be able to move a little bit faster. In this game, I didn't really care that I wasn't just running around everywhere because I enjoyed everything that was happening around me.
Yeah, so the environment, for sure.
If you haven't played this and you have the Switch, definitely get it.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, cool art and an amazing audio performance. The voice actors are excellent.
Yep, I would agree. That's coming to Switch this year. Look forward to that. Lots of new game releases. Again, this is not a new game, but coming to consoles here in August, Divinity Original Sin 2. Josh, big fan of this game, big, huge RPG. Seems like something that I would definitely fall down that rabbit hole. I did download the original one, Divinity Original Sin, no number, but have yet to try it out just because I know it's a big game. But with 2 coming out and the improvements that they made and things like that for that to console, it's on my list for sure.
Yeah, I definitely would check it out as well. Oh. I mean, anything that's Diablo-esque,
right?
I like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Dave.
Yeah,
you're a big fan of Sam Fisher.
Yes, I am.
Fisher, you like the Splinter Cells? We talked about
definitely like it
a few weeks ago, the rumor of a Splinter Cell game coming out this year. Well, we're going to talk about Sam Fisher and Splinter Cell, but not the Splinter Cell game. Splinter Cell, or actually Sam Fisher rather, is coming to Wildlands, voiced by Michael Ironside, the original voice of Sam Fisher. So the most recent game, which came out, man, I want to say it was like 2013 or so, maybe even a little bit before that, was not voiced by Michael Ironside. They got a different voice actor. But he's back for this free DLC mission. If you have Ghost Recon Wildlands, Sam Fisher is joining your squad for a mission at night in a specific area, free to anyone that has the game, to kind of kick off their year 2 of DLC for this game. Dave, I think we need to get in the bulldozer. I think we need to start pushing some people off mountains again and try this little DLC out again.
I love the idea of jumping into a mission and kind of having like an overlord as Sam Fisher kind of talking me through. I'm hoping it's something like that because they say play it with him. So he's not a playable character. It sounds like he's an NPC that's there, and he'll maybe be talking you through, or he'll be doing things as you're supposed to go do this so he can do that. That cool. Seems really cool to me. Yeah. And I also do wonder if this is a precursor to something that they're going to do. They've got Michael Ironsides. They've got Michael Ironside. For some reason thought it wasn't his name. They got him doing that again. I wonder if he's coming back to work for it.
Maybe, for the actual. Maybe they're going to do a Splinter Cell game, and this will kind of lead in. This is our soft reintroduction to that. Yeah,
I really liked the ongoing canon story of Sam Fisher from the first game to Conviction, and then when what's the last one?
Blacklist.
When Blacklist came out, it almost seemed like a reboot. I don't think it was, but they made him younger. He had a different voice.
Yep.
It seemed like it was a reboot. I would really much like to have an older Sam Fisher, like he still got it, but there's something in the story he needs to wrap up.
Did you watch the trailer they released at all for it?
No, I didn't get to. I was at work, so I didn't get to.
It's basically a lady talking to Sam Fisher, and he's like, "Yeah," she's like, "We got this problem down here in Bolivia. We got, what are we gonna do?" He's like, "That's all right." He goes, "I got some boys and I'm paraphrasing. I got some boys down there I think can help us out." And then it's like you hear the ping, with the goggles coming on, and apparently you're gonna be able to use those goggles. They're gonna give you some night vision goggles that are gonna be just like what Sam Fisher wears.
That's
so,
cool.
I am hoping that this is just like hey, this goes, this is a thing. Splinter Cell's a thing. We're gonna be doing this game. It's gonna be a new game on its own, but here, let's reintroduce you to Michael Ironside. Put it in another game that we've sold a lot of, and I know a lot of you people have. It's kind of cool because they did a Predator DLC not too long ago with this as well, where you could hunt the Predator monster or alien in Bolivia. Yeah, you could hunt the Predator.
Predator, yeah. I love the Predator movies.
Yeah, so
even
they've been doing some cool things with this. So definitely gonna jump back into that and check it out.
Yeah,
all right,
Sam Fisher,
very cool.
Yeah. I want more. I forgot what I was going to say. So
Sam Fisher, yeah.
Sam Fisher. Sam Fisher, man.
All right. Well, let's talk about something else that wants more and keeps getting more. GTA 5.
Oh, before we jump in, yeah, it was because of GTA 5. I was wondering, I know we've had big worlds. We see games like Hitman and stuff. Do we think that this next Sam Fisher Splinter Cell game, do you think it'll be open world?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I could see that being fun,
or just like giant map open world, like a map, like a Hitman map, but you can approach it any way you want at Sam Fisher.
That would be cool. I would dig that for sure. So back to GTA 5. Has been, we've known it's done well, right? We've talked about it. GTA Online, Dave, you dip your toe into that every once in a while. It's wildly successful. Looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out this year. But just recently, GTA 5 passed the mark. This game is the most profitable entertainment product of all time across all media, everything.
So this is comparing this singular game.
Correct.
Not the franchise, not the series. The singular game.
One game.
Any singular book, movie, video game, CD
franchise complete. For just to give you a couple things. It's sold 90 million copies so far. In its worth, this is not just the cost of those games, but everything that it has done, all the money it has gotten, over $6 billion this game has generated. Just to give you some context, Star Wars, the all 8 movies.
No, that's not what this is saying.
I'm pretty sure this is what that is saying. I could be wrong, but Star Wars and Gone with the Wind, for instance, is between the two of those, they've each done between $3 and $4 billion themselves. You can fact check me, and that would be fine if you did that right now. But the article I read, unless I misunderstood, Star Wars and Gone with the Wind have both done between $3 and $4 billion as their titles go. Avatar, the best-selling, one of the best-selling movies ever in the theater, did $2.78 billion.
So Star Wars, though, would that include all the toys and everything too?
No,
that's a good question.
This has got to be just the original Star Wars movie.
Trilogies?
No, just the original Star Wars movie.
The original one? I don't know if whatever. I could be mistaken, and I'm not going to look into all the details. But to say this one game has surpassed every other book, movie, TV show, whatever, the music, everything, and being the most profitable entertainment product of all time. So I just thought that was worth at least mentioning. GTA 5 continuing to just roll and rake in the dough. So super exciting. Very cool.
Just to give you a reference, yeah, it's got to be more than one movie because Disney bought the franchise for $4 billion. And The Force Awakens made more than $2 billion at the worldwide box office. Just The Force Awakens made over $2 billion.
Okay, yeah.
So the whole entire thing, but still, I mean,
yeah.
Even then, this game,
right?
Yeah,
yeah. But you know, Star Wars is an old movie. It's been selling and selling and selling and selling, and it's still not even close.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably just the original Star Wars, like Episode 4 or something like that, which has been out the longest. So that would make sense. And Gone with the Wind being an older movie that's had a lot of years to sell, again, makes sense that would be something you compare it to.
But GTA 5 has been out for like 5 years,
right? And it's almost doubled, possibly.
See, the biggest reason for that is because not only did they make an incredible game, I mean, I've played all of them with the exception of some of the portable ones or the other ones I can't remember, but all of the major ones I played, and I've always been a big fan of the franchise. I shouldn't say the ones like in the earlier before PlayStation. I did play those, but the when I put in Grand Theft Auto 5 when I first got it, I remember went to the store, got it opening day. Absolutely amazing game. But when you get to the online version of it, the online component, that is where they are absolutely just. That's why this game is one of the top sellers month after month after month after month after month. Everybody keeps playing this game and convinces their friends to buy this game, and they keep putting out new stuff. You see it everywhere. It's almost like a new game's coming out. They put out all this. They're pumping out free DLC. They had the bumpy rough start, and have since then made up for it over and over and over and many, many, many times over. And it literally creates. Now we talk about how much we hate like loot boxes and what's the word transaction
microtransactions.
Yeah, this game has basically where you just people just pumping in money. Yeah, they're pumping in money. $50 at a time, to buy this money, and you go into this game and you buy all this stuff and you have it forever. You put it in your garage, you buy your apartments, you become a CEO of the company, or you become a drug runner, or you become a car pusher or a booster or whatever. All this different stuff. You have these criminal empires and you have these gang wars, and they keep adding things. All these different races, all this different customizations you can do in private matches and stuff. They have just, I mean, it's like, another one is going to come down the road, but at this point, this is not slowing down. This has not started to slow down at all.
No rush for them to get to GTA 6 at all.
Right, and they're about to put out Red Dead Redemption. So, I mean, they're good, and Red Dead Redemption is going to be a heavy hitter.
Sure,
but I'd be curious to see how well Grand Theft Auto 5 is doing a year after Red Dead is out still. I bet you it's still going to be doing very, very well.
Oh, yeah. I bet so, too. So, very cool. Huge game. It's impressive, for sure. And then lastly on the news list this week, something that just was added today, Cliff Bleszinski, former Gears of War, Epic Games, also did Lawbreakers here in the last year or so, which did not do so well.
That's important to this story, by the way.
It is. Earlier this week, the Boss Key Studios, which is the studio that he started to make Lawbreakers, announced that they would be discontinuing support for Lawbreakers. Did not do as well as they had hoped, and they're discontinuing any support for that game. And literally days later, announced a brand new game that they've been working on for 5 months that is going to come out today, or the 10th of April, on early access on Steam.
But disappointed. Okay, their game that disappointed or did not meet expectations. That's code for one of the most abysmal failures in the video game industry of all time.
Which was shocking because of the backing or of the people that were attached to it. Cliff Bleszinski specifically has only had success with video games, and it was bad. I played the beta. It wasn't a great shooter. They tried something new with Gravity, and it just didn't pay off for them. So that's that. So on the tail end of that, then you have this new game that they're announcing called it's called Radical Heights, and it's a battle royale meets 80s game show type game. Have you guys checked this out or seen it at all?
I watched, again, I was at work, but I watched a video with the audio muted. But I did see, a little similar Fortnite at first. I definitely felt it.
It has that cartoon style, yeah.
It's got a little cartoon look. But the first thing I noticed are these guys running into what look like a casino, shooting up the machines, collecting the money.
Yeah.
And when you go around, like they're different, like the Wheel of Fortune thing will pop up, or different slot machines. When you kill somebody, money will bust out. I saw a guy go into a vendor or an ATM kiosk, it looked like. Yep. It was withdrawing money.
Right.
So there's definitely a currency type economy within this game.
Right.
Is a better word, economy. That is it's piqued my interest for sure. Very curious to see what this is.
What I've read and seen is exactly around the money thing, that they seem to already have missed the point of the battle royale, which is everyone starts in the same place and every match starts in fresh and you're new, and they're like, oh yeah, we do that too, but the money you earn you can save, and you can start the game with more money by going to the ATM, and if you buy this pack you get 10% more money every time you do something. No, that's not what we like. We like the little experience that you jump in and you have this moment that lasts either 2 minutes or 20 minutes, but then you get to do it again or not. This building, I don't know. Maybe they'll have something here, but this sounds like a desperation play and maybe even a tone deaf one.
Possibly, yeah. The fact that there's money in even the gun thing, if you can buy guns and just rather than find them, but have enough cash, and it's in-game currency, which you will earn by playing the game. I have no doubt you'll be able to pay to get more of it. But to take the cash you're earning in-game and get a better weapon, or get something that you didn't find, which will improve your odds, not just by luck, but by using the money you've earned.
Yeah, see, the moment they allow you to use real money to be able to buy a better game or a better gun once you get in there, that's going to ruin it.
Seems that way.
Yeah, this is a big problem, and they've already made changes to the way it works due to public outcry.
Before it's even out.
It's even out in early access.
Yeah. So keep your eye on that. It's just going to be on Steam for now. Who knows if it'll, 1, succeed, 2, and if it does or doesn't, if it'll come to console. But it was announced literally today or yesterday, and it's already going to be put out. Again, early access, so it's not finished, but it's going to be playable, and you're going to be able to spend money in it. So, yeah, keep your eye out for that. All right, well, that's going to do it for the news this week. It's going to bring us to, I had a quick question for you guys. Obviously, with March being over and us being into April, we are done with the first quarter of 2018. 2018 is 25% finished already. And so I wanted to ask you guys, of the games that you've played this year that came out in 2018, what's your favorite so far? So I know we've played games that didn't necessarily come out in 2018, but of the 2018 released games, what would be your favorite within that category? Evan, you want to start us off?
Sure. I've been playing a lot of games that are these games of service. They've been around.
Yeah.
So if I was to think of a game, be Florence, probably, which is the mobile game about a young romance. So that would probably be the 2018 game. I've played A Way Out, but I'm only halfway through it, and it's not taking over my life. So it'd probably be Florence.
What about what's the most fun you've had with a game period this year?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and then I'm excited to be back in Ark, but Fortnite has taken over, most of my gaming this year.
Cool. Good answers. How about you, Dave?
It's hard to answer because I play a lot of my games based on who's playing.
Sure.
And I also, I like to play a lot of different things. So I'll move to the new thing that comes out. And in my mind, I think, well, if I'm going to say my favorite game so far, 2018, like it would be the game I'm playing the most, right? But I'm thinking not necessarily And I think that I'm going to say Sea of Thieves for 2018
Really?
so far.
Your favorite game?
So far, I'm
cool.
going to say because when did Assassin's Creed release?
That was October of last year.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember. But I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe something on Switch. I don't think so though. But I gotta say, when I play Sea of Thieves with friends and the exploration, even when, and I know we've talked about it, like what do you really do? I'm not really worried about that because it's still early in the game and I'm not even close to being done with what you can do in the game. Even though some of it might be repetitive. The idea, even when I'm playing by myself, I love being, it's the same reason I like playing Ark, even when I'm by myself. The survival thing, being alone, knowing that there's stuff that can kill you, knowing that just the environment can kill you. Even in a game like Sea of Thieves, you steer your ship into a storm, and it's going to beat your ship up. You're going to have to repair it, or it's going to throw you overboard. You can die, lightning can strike, sharks can eat you. If you try to take refuge on the wrong island, there's enemies there will try to kill you. And then, aside from all of that, I still have not looked on Google or whatever to find out how many people are in an instant, but there's people in the game, other people that can steal your stuff, blow up your ship, kill you. It really nails, first of all, the being on the open sea. It nails that. I mean, when you go out there, it is vast. It is huge. It is vast. When you scroll back on that map, it's a massive map. There's a lot of stuff you can get. There's a lot of stuff you can go to. I've only been to like small little areas, but in my first game ever that I played, we fought the Kraken. It came up, the water got all black. It was grabbing my friends and throwing them up in the air. It was eating some other ones. We're shooting it with cannons. It's messing up our ship. And then all the other stuff of fighting with other people and people joining that ship and me taking our ship and ramming into them and them chasing me down and taking everybody down with me, or the stories that I've told so far are shared with friends just from my short time playing that game. Imagine if I could set aside a time with everyone where we're finally going to go, okay, let's all play this game right now. Let's all play this game tonight. I really wish they would give a bigger party, maybe 8 people.
4. Yeah,
it would be more fun. Or
even if you could get 2 crews together,
yes,
right?
Allow different parties to get to the same instance.
It sounds like they might do that. I've heard that from several people.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would be wise.
People say it.
They cannot see it being a bad.
It was a choice on their part. Like, if we put people together, they wouldn't always hang out. Like,
yes, they said they'd splinter off. Bigger groups splinter off from their research, but I just don't know if that's even a bad thing, because they want to push the whole idea of exploration and do it however you that. If they want to do it, let them do it.
Yeah.
If I want to go and 2 of my guys want to go sail on this ship with these people for a little bit, let them do it. Let them run with these guys. I think it's really cool. I think you should be able to get as many of your friends in there as possible. If there's 2 ships, let there be 2 ships. If you've got 10 people on one of those big boats, there's still enough room. There being 3 decks, there's 8 cannons, there's 3 massive sails, crow's nests. You can be on the bow, you can be on the stern, the port, down below deck. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. Or you could be on the island getting stuff while the ship's going over here to do this. Give us more freedom.
Yeah.
But without that being done, I really, really love my time that I've spent with this game.
That's cool. I didn't expect you to say that. And not that it's not a good game, but I didn't expect that to be your most favorite one. Do you have a game that, regardless of when it came out, has been your favorite so far this year? Different from Sea of Thieves, maybe, or no?
Probably PUBG.
Yeah.
Probably PUBG.
Yeah.
Fortnite and PUBG. I mean, they're together.
Cool. My favorite one so far this year is Shadow of the Colossus, the remake. That's a little bit of a cheat because that game, obviously, it's a remake of the original game. But for me, I never played the original game.
Yeah. And
my experience with that game was I was impressed, and astounded is not the right word, but I was impressed by the gameplay. I was impressed by the scale of the giants, and it was just, man, that game was fun. And the way it ended, Dave, you still have to finish that game so we could talk about what the heck happened there. Evan, did you ever play that either now or back in the day?
Did I play? No.
Shadow? No? Okay.
I didn't play the original. I didn't play the remake.
Okay. I need to talk to someone I know about what the heck happened at the end because so someone needs to finish that. If you listen and you text me, send me a message on Facebook, something, let's talk about what happened on Shadow because I get it, but what in the world? So I've loved that game. That game was a lot of fun. Far Cry would be real close just for the amount of fun I've having with that. But just, man, Shadow is just impressive. It looks great. They did a great job of remastering it.
What did you pay for it?
Was it 40?
Oh, okay. So it's budget.
So.
Budget
yeah,
price?
it wasn't a full price 60 game. It was 40 at the most, if I recall right. It may have even been cheaper than that. But I had a blast with that game, and there's still some trophies I could go back and play. There's some time trial stuff, but yeah, oh man, that was a good game. Had a lot of fun. And then a game that I've had the most fun with this year that didn't necessarily come out this year, PUBG would probably be up at the top of that. I have not played it as much as I want to. My gaming is limited to usually a night a week, and we'll play with if we have friends that are playing, we'll play that. But then when there's some single player stuff, I tend to go that direction. But every time I play PUBG, even if it's frustrating, we don't win, I have a blast. It's obviously more fun playing with friends, even if they do shoot you, get friendly fire, Tyler. It's still fun. And I enjoy playing solo as well. I enjoy the tenseness. I enjoy the almost getting. I don't enjoy the almost getting there and not winning, but the feeling and the emotions of getting to that point where are those last two guys? I can't find them. I don't see them. There are some frustrations that come along with that too, but I've not had those emotions and that feeling in any game before. That's not been duplicated for me or replicated. Different kinds of emotions in games, but just that tense on the edge of your seat, you could win or lose at any second, and then just jump right back in again is a blast. And I've enjoyed that. So I look forward to playing more of that, getting new maps and things like that too. So, all right, well, good discussion. I just kind of want to know where we were at. Our pulse was for the first quarter of 2018.
That was our where we at
with what we play. So that's going to bring us to our last segment of the week, the ever popular Game Scoops.
Les Scoops. Les Scoopes.
It's French. Because Josh is in France.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he's missing. And that's why Dave did Les Scoop. Welcome. Have a good time, Josh. In Paris, eat some cheese.
What? So it's the task has fallen to me to come up with the game, which means we have to play fast because that's always the way I like to play.
All right.
So
speed round.
If you take more time than I think is necessary, I'll just deduct questions from it.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
So we're on our toes here. The game is not this game is not obscure. So you shouldn't have to putz around. Let's go.
Start us off, Dave.
Did this game come out prior to January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
All right. Did it come out after January 1st, 1990?
Yes.
Did this game come out, or was this game playable on the Super Nintendo?
No.
All right. Was this game playable on the Genesis?
No.
Was this game playable on the N64?
No.
Oh my goodness. All right. Do you play as a human in this game?
Yes.
Was this game playable on the PC?
No.
It's going to be handheld.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Or PlayStation.
Let's see here. Is this game playable on the PlayStation?
No.
Was this playable on a handheld?
No.
What? Well, PlayStation 2, you think?
Before 2000?
It was, yeah, before 2000.
Was it? I don't remember. I didn't.
Do some math on your dates, guys.
Do
some math. I mean, there's 10 years. What math? I don't know what the game is. I need to know what the game is I can do that.
All right. So you play as a human. Do you shoot things in this game?
No.
That was 10, Dave.
Okay, thanks. Do you kill anything in this game?
No.
Is this a puzzle game?
No.
Is this Evan's last week on the podcast?
I mean, Josh is scheduled back next week.
I gotta check the Magic 8 Ball for that. Answer unclear.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's see. Does this game have multiplayer?
Yes.
So no shooting, no killing, not a puzzle.
What about the GameCube? We didn't. We're throwing out Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because it could be on GameCube and not be on PlayStation, or not be on. I mean, when did Xbox come out? It wouldn't have been. No,
that was after 2000.
GameCube. Maybe.
Is this a GameCube game, Evan?
No.
What a 90s arcade game? I mean, I never went to the arcade, so I don't know a lot about arcades at all.
Could ask if it's a fighting game.
It's not a handheld.
No.
It wasn't on the Sega, the Super Nintendo, the N64, the GameCube, the PlayStation, the PC. Or handhelds, or if I already said that.
Yeah, you did.
So what does that leave? PlayStation 2, you said?
Yeah, but I'm probably wrong now that I think about it, because the Xbox came out in, I think, 2005. And that was a little before that, but
yeah, I mean, I played the PlayStation 2 after I was out of high school, which was 2001.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't mean it wasn't out. I'm deferring to you. So I'm trying to. I can't think of what it was. I mean, is this an arcade game?
No.
What does that leave?
Well, we're asking a lot of. Yeah, I don't like. What else could we get to that would narrow it down? I mean,
I don't know.
Is this part of a franchise, Evan?
Yes.
That was 16.
Is it based off a licensed property?
Yes.
Okay. Human based off licensed property that had multiplayer.
Is it a wrestling game?
Ooh. That's a good. Is this a wrestling game, Evan? No. Dang it. We have two left.
Well, I mean, I'm just rattling things off because I don't want to lose a question. Is it playable on the PS2?
No. You're at question 20, so you've got to guess a title.
Go ahead, Dave. Got any guesses?
Is Uno? Is it Uno?
No.
Is it let's see. Is it E.T.?
No. Okay, you guys have failed, but I'm going to give you 5 more questions, and I'm going to give you the platform. The Nintendo Entertainment System.
The NES. All right. Okay, 5 questions on the NES, Dave. You're human. It has multiplayer.
He said you don't kill anything.
You don't kill anything. You don't shoot. Don't shoot anything.
And it has multiplayer.
Has multiplayer.
You've got 4 questions, and then you can guess titles again.
It is licensed.
Multiplayer licensed game. It's part of a franchise where you don't kill anything or shoot. So I mean, I'm thinking like Batman. You don't kill people, but you do shoot stuff like a grappling gun, and you. But and it's got multiplayer too. Multiplayer is the thing that's killing me for the NES.
Well, it's going to be local multiplayer, right? So you're going to have two players.
Either taking turns or on the screen. Can you play multiplayer at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Like this makes me think racing game of some kind.
Rad Racer.
Hmm. Which one was the one where you had the trucks or the cars and you try to spell out and the name of the game or Konami or something like that? You get a little. Is that what it was? I can't remember.
What were you? It was an arcade game though. That was that one.
Well, you could. Yeah. Is this a racing game, Evan?
No.
Okay.
Is this a sports game?
Yes. One more question and then titles.
Tecmo Bowl. Huh?
I don't know. I didn't play any sports games except for I think.
Or
NES. It was just baseball.
We could ask what a sport. Or yeah, we could ask a sport. Like,
is it a football game?
Yes.
Tecmo Bowl. Is it Tecmo Bowl?
No.
All right, Dave.
Chad, what's another one? What's another one?
And NES, I don't know. I wasn't playing sports games that.
Yeah, I never played sports games except for that baseball game.
Did Joe Montana have a football game? Or Bo Jackson? No. I can remember Joe Montana's football. I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure that was NES.
Was it? Is it possible there's just a game called NES Football or Football?
But it's licensed.
Oh, well, because
it could be the NFL. Right? But if it's the NFL, or it could be Joe Montana too, and they're franchised. So were there other Joe Montana football games? I can't remember. I don't know. That would be my best guess. Is Joe Montana's football?
Joe Montana's football. Was it Joe Montana's football?
No. So, Chad, you're actually very close with Tecmo Bowl. This is the sequel to Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo's Super Bowl.
Tecmo Super Bowl
came out in 1991. It is one of the most popular NES games of all time, and according to the Wikipedia page, it is the most emulated game of all time.
Huh.
It's, Tecmo Bowl is very famous, was in the arcade, was on the NES, and this game really picked it up. I think they paid for the NFL license for the first time with this one.
Okay.
And yeah, the Tecmo Super Bowl was a really, really awesome game.
So I'm wondering if that's the one I played and just didn't realize it was that.
It could have been
this game.
Yeah.
You've never heard of Tecmo Bowl or never heard of Tecmo Super Bowl?
The second one, yeah.
So yeah, you guys would have been a lot closer to getting it, but for some reason you were off on your timeline. You're like,
we just excluded the NES. I mean, that's a very late NES game, though. I mean,
I know. When did the SNES come out?
It was out in 91. I'm pretty sure.
85 or 86.
The SNES? SNES, I think, came out.
NES came out in 85.
He's talking about NES. Why are we talking about SNES? That's not what it was.
No, but I'm saying it's a very late NES game. The Super Nintendo was out in 1990. So it came out after. On the NES, it came out after the next generation.
91 in North America.
Sure. Yeah. So about the same time. So it's crazy. I mean, it's good choice.
Wasn't trying to stump you.
I don't know if I go that far.
Well, I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't trying to stump you.
That's fine.
All right. Well, there we go.
Tecmo Bowl was on the NES Classic too.
8-4.
I knew that.
/Evan.
8-4 * Evan.
No, I'm sorry. 1-1. W/Evan.
Hey, it's not my fault. I was on the other side of this one.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we
softball.
Go. Yeah, he tried, and we whiffed 25 times. We just whiffed 25 times in a row.
And I hate hints, and I gave you a hint because it was so disgusting.
Sure. Softball. What did I give you guys last time? What was it? One of the Zelda games
last week.
What did you guess? Well, didn't you guess it in the last question?
Wario. Yeah. Yep. With some help.
I guess that wasn't a softball either.
From YouTube. We had no help this week from YouTube. They tried. All right, well, that's going to do it this week for the podcast. Evan, thank you again so much for taking your night, pausing work and missing Raw to come podcast with us. It's always a pleasure when you join us, except for when you beat us in 20 questions.
Sorry about that.
Then,
It is how it is.
You show our lack of knowledge.
He beat us in 20 questions.
Sorry about that.
That's how it's played when Evan is the first.
I think that's the first time we've done that with him, though, where he's chosen the game. So,
Sorry about that.
So.
No, maybe not. All right. Well, next week, the plan is for Josh to return from his European vacation. We're going to hear all the stories about baguettes, cheese, and wine from French. I was going to say France and French at the same time, and I got French. So I'm done talking.
It sounds like a delicious dressing.
Yeah,
Can I get some of that French dressing?
Thanks for listening and watching. I'm going to stop now.
Piece of pizza. Hey, Evan.
I was not trying to beat you.
Hate is a strong word.
No, it's not.
Thanks, YouTube. Thumb it up.
Thumb
it
the
down.
bell. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Get notified when we do this so you can watch us. Goodbye.